What's up, everybody? This is Adam. I want to start out this video today by asking a special request of you guys. Now, I know most of you don't normally comment and have conversation at the end of these videos, but I'm asking that today, at the end of this video, no matter who you are, I would love your opinion, your comments, your feedback, whether you agree, disagree, all that. That'd be super awesome. So, can you help me out and leave a comment today? Oh, thanks. You guys are the best. So you may know that I've been going to graduate school and I'm taking this class about learning theories, and I'm actually in the middle today and tomorrow of writing my final paper for this class, and I had to come up with a learning theory. And so I've got this theory, and so it's only a theory, but I think it totally applies to youth ministry. So this is specifically for youth pastors and anybody involved in youth ministry. Here's my theory, and this class is made for like teachers in schools, but it totally applies to the church, I think. My theory is that students will learn far better when they are able to teach something to their peers. So rather than me just giving a sermon and lecturing them, I think it's actually more effective for them to learn if they teach it. But not only if they teach it, but if they teach it in a creative and engaging sort of a way. So step one would be getting a student to like preach a sermon. That would be good. But even better would be to get a student to do something that would be more creative and more engaging to all the people who are listening and who are learning this kind of stuff. Let me explain. Youth pastors, everybody kind of knows that when we take mission trips, it seems like people learn far more. They grow far more. I think one of the main reasons for this is it's a fully immersive experience where they are doing the teaching, they are doing the leading, they are experiencing the emotions of the event and the culture and everything that's involved, where it's fully immersive, fully engaging, allows the learning and the growth that happens on those trips to go far deeper. We've seen it in small groups when high school students lead middle school small groups. It seems like those high school students actually learn more from leading a middle school small group discussion than they do from their high school small group discussion. Why? Here's what I think. It's because when they're in the leadership mode, when they're in the teaching mode, they just get more out of it. Like, I think it's like this famous known thing that you learn more when you actually teach something. And I'm just proposing that what if in our youth ministries we did everything we could to get students to teach whatever it is we're trying to teach them, rather than just sit and be passive learners. So rather than, and this is crazy because I'm the one who's preaching the sermons, but a sermon is just like, it's just sitting there. It's like they're hearing a lecture, even if it's an enthusiastic and an inspiring lecture. It's kind of still like they're just listening to a talk and they're sitting there. And if you're good and you make an engaging sermon, maybe they're engaged in it and they're really listening and they're responding. But still, I feel like we could do far better at doing things where students would actually learn them far more for the long run. So for me, like, I've preached sermons and I can't even remember what I preached on, right? But the sermons that I did that had creative elements into them those are the ones that I actually remember, right? And so if we could, what if, I'm proposing this crazy thing, that what if in our youth ministries, in everything that we're trying to teach students, what if we assigned a couple students as part of the teaching team for that particular night, for a particular topic or whatever, and we assign them like, hey, we need you to help us to come up with something creative and engaging to help teach this concept or this truth to everyone else in our youth ministry. Like, and they were gonna, and maybe you still do part of your teaching or your sermon as the youth pastor, but then they are helping you, and maybe they're coming up with a rap that goes along with it. Maybe they're coming up with a video that goes along with it. Maybe they're coming up with a field trip that hey, we're all gonna go to this place and we're gonna do this active thing as part of learning this concept from the Bible. You're gonna assign the students to have the job of helping you teach this content to the other students. I am telling you, I can almost guarantee you that those students that are helping you teach it will learn more than they will if they're just sitting in there in the audience listening to you talk about it. So anyways, that's my theory, that what if we could design our student ministries in such a way that our goal was to get students involved as much as possible in the teaching side, not just the learning side, because through the teaching side they will learn the most. I've heard it said that about seniors in high school, if they're not leading, they're leaving. And I think the reason for that, guys, think the reason for that is because by the time they're seniors, they're like, I've been sitting long enough, spectating long enough. I want to participate. I want to own this. And there's so much more engagement and ownership if they're actually leading and teaching, because then they're growing more and they're learning more because they're leading more and they're teaching more. And so I think we need to apply that not just to seniors, but to all ages, middle school students, high school students. Let them lead, let them teach, and intentionally build into our teaching schedules every single time we're teaching how we're going to involve a couple students or all the students in taking this content and teaching it to other students. So there's my theory. It's just a theory, but if anybody has ideas on this or thoughts of why this is a bad idea or why this is a good idea or stories of how we could do this more effectively, I'd love it if you put your thoughts in the comments. While you're doing that, I got to go finish this paper and more fully develop this learning theory so we could apply it in classrooms across America. Here we go. Thanks for watching. Peace. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, your criticisms, etc., etc. Maybe this is a theory that could take our youth ministries to the next level, where students would actually remember the things we teach them because they're helping teach them. That students would own things more, that students would actually grow in their faith more. How awesome would that be? Guys, one more thought on this. Think about this. I think we know that the students who are the most engaged in serving, like the students who are leading in kids ministry, who are leading in middle school ministry, who are leading on our worship bands, who are leading in other ways, those are the kids who are like growing the most and learning the most and the most engaged. Usually that's the case. Why don't we leverage everything we're doing as youth ministries to get as many students as we possibly can? Like, what if we revolved our whole ministries around getting kids engaged in serving in some way or another, in leading in some way or another, in teaching in some way or another? That is where I believe much of the discipleship process happens, is through serving, through them teaching, through them leading. In the process of learning how to do that, by doing that is where they learn to follow Jesus, I think, more than in almost any other way. So I'm gonna throw this proposal out. Throw this theory out to you guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is even possible to integrate into the youth ministry world. Thanks for your thoughts, your feedback, your input. Put some comments on there. Show some love. Share this video so we can get more people in the discussion. Love you guys. Peace.